Good morning. Imagine the guy, the auditor, deputy director, forensic audit wa SHA, mwenye aliambia wa Kenya, mwenye whistleblower, akasema pesa za wa Kenya zinakuliwa na ghost hospitals, rogue hospitals, over 1,300 rogue hospitals zilikuwa zinakula over 10 billion shillings. Pesa za Wakenya zenye wamefanyia kazi ati ndio ende watibiwe kwa hospitali. That guy called Ruto'S has lost his job. The worst thing you can do kwa serikali ya Ruto ni uambie Wakenya pesa zao zinaibiwa. Sasa venye huyo Ruto'S kazi yake imepotea, now you can unaweza connect the dots, ujue nani wanaiba pesa za Wakenya. Nani amefuta huyo Ruto'S kazi? Ni hizo hospitali? No, ni wakubwa. So by now you should know nani anakula pesa za Wakenya. Wewe ni Mkalenjin, uko hapo kazi yako ni kusema two term because unadhani Ruto anafightiwa because is Mkalenjin. Huyu jamaa mwenye alikuwa anazuia pesa za Wakenya zisibiwe, Ruto'S, lost his job kwa nini? Is he not a Kalenjin? Yes, he's a Kalenjin. But amepoteza kazi yake kwa sababu ya kuja kusema pesa zinaibiwa. These criminal gangs, they don't know tribe. They don't know tribe. They eat because they have their own tribe ya kukula pesa ya Wakenya. These criminal gangs, hawajui ukabila, my friend. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes unastahili tu hata unasikia aibu. When these things are happening in our country, na wewe ni mdomo tu unarusha at tutam. Ni mdomo tu unarusha tutam. Just look at the story. Iko pale Daily Nation. Mimi nimewasomea headline. Enda uisome the entire story, page 4 and 5. Have a good day.
Whistleblower on SHA fraud loses job. Ruto'S, the auditor who unearthed an alleged medical billing racket that prompted the closure of 1,300 rogue hospitals, has lost his job at the Social Health Authority. Appointed the Deputy Director Forensic Audit and Risk Assurance in April this year, he is not among shortlisted candidates for fresh interviews for the post. So now it's raising the questions, is it because Ali whistleblower? Or is it because Ajamit threshold? Or is it because they are better candidates that the interview panel considered? And so on and so forth. The story on page 4
You're very
and 5.
gracious. With all those other, after the first one,
Yeah.
all those other things you've said, you're very gracious.
It could be all those.
Unlikely. You know, again, timing is so important. Suddenly, he doesn't meet the criteria, or suddenly there's better candidates. Suddenly, they've become very clever.
Yeah. Mr. Ruto'S and two other deputy directors, Ruben Mutwiri Mutura, County Coordination, and Halima Gurai Sanei, Provider Management, have not been shortlisted for interviews following a court-ordered repeat of the recruitment exercise that saw them hired in April. Ruto'S is the Deputy Director Forensic Audit and Risk Assurance. They were on April 17th appointed alongside the CEO Mercy Mwangangi, and they are not among candidates shortlisted for interviews to be conducted on October 1st. It's still unclear why the trio who applied for the jobs did not make the shortlist, despite having emerged as the best candidates in the first round of interviews preceding their appointment.
In April.
At the same time, Perikan Sankei, the director in charge of internal audit and Ruto'S boss, could also be on his way out of SHA following a re-advertisement of his job. The deadline for applications for the director internal audit vacancy closes on October 3rd, 2 days after the deputy director candidates have been interviewed. Yeah.
I will repeat your part here. It's unclear why the trio who applied for the job, so it's not a technical issue, did not make the shortlist, despite having emerged as the best candidates in the first round of interviews, preceding their appointments in April.
Remember here, there's also an issue of there's a court-ordered repeat. So who went to court? A lot of the matters being canvassed in court about this one. So there's many questions. I see the most obvious one is, is it because of the work that they've done?
Right.
Or is it because the proceedings in court have unearthed something else?
My money is on the first one, to be quite honest. Listen, if 1,300 facilities have closed down, right, within an ecosystem of the Social Health Authority, that's 1,300, at least 1,300 pockets that are very unhappy.
Yeah.
Put 1,300 influential pockets that are very unhappy. So to me, I'm just doing 1 + 1.
I'm trying to jump into the bit where we are getting into this court case, because I can see a bit here where we have the judge speaking. There's a case that was taken to court by Abdille, somebody called Mr. Abdille. Said Omar Abdille moved to court seeking to quash the recruitment. He argued that the recruitment process should have been open to the public, and High Court Judge Bairam Ongaya agreed and on July 10th ordered that a fresh process be conducted. SHA advertised for the director and deputy director positions on July 29th. From the group of deputy directors appointed in April, only Ruto'S, Sane and Mutwiri are missing from the shortlist of candidates to be interviewed in October. The other deputy directors who were shortlisted for the October interviews are Martin Ayo, ICT, Irina Kinyi, Funds Management, Francisca Mwanza, Internal Audit, Margaret Nyambura Masharia, Benefits Management, Phyllis Nyakiba, Beneficiary Management, Douglas Odhiambo Owino, Planning and Linkages. All three deputy directors had transitioned to SHA from NHIF. Maswali mengi, majibu machache.
More questions.
The Daily Nation tried to reach Dr. Mercy Mwangangi through her known telephone number, which was switched off.
So SHA went on and closed all their sub-county and regional offices, and even 7 of their offices here in Nairobi. Now, the interesting part is not even the part that most patients are not getting access to SHA, because that one was already there. The interesting part is the fact that most of the workers that were in those sub-county and regional offices now don't know what to do. They have been reassigned to other offices, but with no particular duties. So they just show up to the office and just hang around the whole day, then go home. And the problem is some of them have to commute for very long distances to get to the remaining offices. Talk about confusion. They just go to work and just hang around the whole day and wait. I don't know for what exactly. Someone even said that they're being frustrated into quitting. Might be true.
Breaking news. The face of the man who is believed to have benefited from the SHA corruption has been disclosed. Yes, this man from Mandera County, my ladies and gents, you can see his chest. You can see his neck. And this tells you why corruption money is sweet and why corruption will never ever end in Kenya. Let him enjoy the money, but ESCC should go after this crook.
These are the problems of playing optics and public relations. This is a government which wants to portray every other plan that they've put in place as a working plan. Yes. But that is not true. For instance, when they began this SHA business, the campaigns were people should register. People have been registering. What they have not been telling people is that you can't register and expect the registration to work for you without contributing towards that fund. Yeah. So people have registered. They will float those big numbers. Oh, sijui NHIF ilikuwa na 7 million peke yake. Now we have sijui over 20 million Kenyans who have registered. But
that's registration.
Yes, but these ones have just registered. A very small percentage of those registered are contributing to this kitty. Yeah. Now, if those few that are contributing are the people that are supposed to take care of all these Kenyans that are going to hospitals and being treated and being told go home, the government has taken care of, and they will continue bragging in meetings, public barazas, village SHA is working. The truth is, hawana pesa. The little they have cannot even take care of what is there, and the little they have is the little that they are stealing from already. Yeah. Because we had about 10 billion or so mazo hazijulikani where they are. So if this government stopped these public relations and told Kenyans reality kwamba this is what we need, you register and pay, contribute to the kitty, maybe something will be different. But again, the very, very Kenyans that are being asked to register, the reason why they are not even contributing, they began by saying you only need a minimum of 650 or so. Mm-hmm. Right now, you go to that portal, you can't proceed if you do not have 7,000 and something, 7,800 shillings. Now they're asking people to pay the annual charge, mm-hmm. the annual contribution. Mm-hmm. Which Kenyan hao ambao wanasema ni mahasla will afford 7,000 shillings in one go for them to onboard and enjoy services za SHA.
Hot 96.
Teachers. Nyinyi ndio wenye tu mlikuwa mmeenda State House a few weeks ago. You are clapping, smiling, and you went home with a bahasha of 10K. Mbona leo mnalia mkiwa nje? What is this? And are you trying to tell us that you're more of a Kenyans than us? It's simple. SHA is not a good deal. It's not a good thing for any Kenyan. Ni hayo tu.
Oya, kidogo tu, just 1 minute, listen to this. You remember when the SHA scandal began? Kuna hospitals zilikuwa suspended from accessing the SHA portal as they were being investigated for fraud. Now, according to the Rural and Urban Private Hospital Association of Kenya, those hospitals that were suspended, they are being slowly reinstated back into using the SHA portal. Apparently, their 104 billion SHA system glitched and created a system bug that is quietly and miraculously reinstating hospitals that had been suspended for fraud. I'm gonna come up na excuse ingine. Some of these things are just so lame. So you want to make us believe that system ili glitch, and instead of shutting down, ikaanza reinstate hospitals zishakuwa suspended.
You will now be required to pay in cash in case you visit any of the over 700 medical facilities under the Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association. Here's why. Now, according to the association, this is due to delayed or unsettled payments by SHA, and they say that the facilities cannot continue to offer their services on credit. Now, when will medical facilities under the association resume offering services under SHA? The association says that for the medical facilities to start offering services under SHA again, the government must, there are 4 demands. 1, settle all debts under NHIF, settle 50% of SHA debts. Number 3, stop mass claim rejections, or rather reverse mass claim rejections. And number 4, establish a dispute resolution tribunal.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na hali ya nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies even nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Paila, yoni.
Enyewe, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.